Hey everybody, it's Jared coming back at you again with my second video about Morgellons disease. First, I want to make sure that everyone has my email address that I've set up specifically for Morgellons. It is all lowercase, morgellons.voice@gmail.com, and it's morgellons.voice@gmail.com. Feel free to send me your entire story, anything that you've documented, any evidence you have, or if you just need to talk, you just need to connect with somebody that can understand. Um, I've been studying this really hard. It's taken all of my energy and all of my attention for several years now. I myself have documented a lot, but I'm not ready to release it publicly yet. I would like to compile it in an effective way, in as scientific a way as I can with my limited training. So my call here is for all of you with Morgellons disease to become citizen scientists, because as a whole, the medical community, the scientific community has completely written us off as crazy and delusional. That being said, that there are a handful of people, professionals, and very intelligent ones at that, fighting for you. Oklahoma State University is really, really doing some great things. The Morgellons Foundation out of Texas, they're fighting for you. You're not alone. It's important that you understand that what you're experiencing is very legitimate. It matters. No matter how much they're telling you you're crazy, you are not. And one voice can be silenced, but thousands together can't be ignored. So moving on, the citizen scientist thing. Here's what we need to do. We have to document everything in a logical and rational way. What I mean by that is, for instance, the goal here would be to effectively document the visible symptoms of Morgellons through simple means, like the phone in your hand that you're probably watching me on right now. That the phone in your hand has a zoom capability. Now, it's not meant to be used as a microscope, but that's what we're going to do it, or a magnifier, I should say. It's meant to be a zoom for things in the distance, but you can use it to document things like your Morgellons lesions and the parasites or the worms that you might see, or anything really that seems very unusual or odd. And how you're going to do this is just simply record the video, magnify as much as it'll allow. The cheaper phones are only like 4 times magnification. The nicer ones, the Galaxies, the iPhones, have wonderful resolution, 18, 20 megapixels, and they can do like 10 times zoom. The problem is a couple of things. When you're zooming that close on something, when you're zooming in like that on something that close, every little movement of your hand just seems like you're shaking the hell out of the camera. So you've got to find a way to stabilize it. Another thing is the amount of light. The flash on your phone that you use when you're doing video and it stays on, it's not going to cut it. You got to flood it with light. That's the only way that the phone can really focus. So when you zoom in and it looks blurry, if you're not familiar how to do this, you tap the screen on where you want it to focus. And if there's enough light, it will focus pretty clearly, even the cheap phones. So that's a way to get it on video. Now, it's also important in these videos, when you first start recording, you need to state the date and time and the circumstances surrounding what you're trying to document. The videos of just close-ups of the Morgellons lesions with no sound, nobody, it just perpetuates the idea that we're crazy. We've also got to stop with the rubbing insecticides and taking baths in bleach and all the stories that I've heard. This stuff is harmful, and it can hurt you. It can cause all kinds of bad things to happen. Your skin's the largest organ in your body, as I'm sure you know. You've got to take care of it. Okay, but there are a few things if you're looking to get a reaction that I found that I feel that are safe, such as extreme temperatures. I have documented some really crazy stuff using a hot compress. Now, hot, not scalding. Okay, don't hurt yourself. Or ice cubes. They really don't like the cold. They don't like extreme temperatures at all. So if you're looking to get a reaction, so you can document something, that can be effective. But please stop with the chemical baths and the stuff that's just making us look even crazier. Okay. Secondly, I think that journaling is very important. At least once a day, journal what you've eaten that day. What was the weather like outside? What's the weather like in your home? Do you live in a very humid home, or is it a very dry home? All of the little details could potentially matter. What I'm looking for is commonalities outside of our common symptoms. So if there's certain foods you eat that make your symptoms better or worse, if when you exercise, whatever it may be, we need all of the information we can get. I would like you to send it to me if possible, if you're comfortable with that. so that I can begin compiling this stuff and look for some commonalities so we can get this figured out. Let me check my notes here. Went over the code. Sorry, I'm really still trying to get good at the whole YouTube video thing here. I'm a pretty much a novice here, and I don't know how to edit or anything like that. So, like I said in the last video, though, if there's any web designers or people that are good at YouTube that would like to contact me, I would love your help. So, moving on, I think it's very important in every one of these videos that I remind you that you're not alone. You're not crazy. There are many of us out there, thousands of us, and more coming forward every day with these symptoms. So with all of that knowledge, we have to document this stuff. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's the whole point of the citizen scientist thing. We have to document effectively. We have to journal. We've got to figure this out, but we've got to do it together. So remember, I love you. You matter. Your voice matters. I want to hear from you. And there are many professionals that are fighting for you right now. You don't have to give up. You can fight. It's your right to fight. And in my opinion, it's your duty to fight. Because if we don't, this is going to keep happening in the future. Thousands and thousands of more are going to be taken by this illness. It's destroyed my life, as I'm sure it's probably destroyed yours, depending on what stage you're at with it. So just know you matter. Don't give up. I care, and there's a lot of people out there that care. If you need to contact me just to talk, please do that. But let's all together become citizen scientists. And let's show the establishment, let's show the ones calling us crazy that this is legitimate. It's just a matter of time, people. It's just a matter of time. They cannot ignore us forever. Just takes one at the start. One becomes two, two becomes many. Before long, we'll be getting treated for this, or at least researching a treatment for this. So thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to probably try to do another one of these videos here in just a moment. I'm trying to keep them short. I'm at about 7:20 on this one already, so I'm going to go ahead and end this one. But just remember, God loves you, I love you, and you do matter.